Hey everybody, hope you're doing well and hope you can hear everything. I had to take advantage of this beautiful scenery behind me and make a video about it because I love fall. I love the changing colors of the leaves and just everything that this season brings. And that's kind of what this video is going to be about a little bit. As we get into fall, I think it could just kind of, for me at least, really kind of snuck up on me. The fact that really summer didn't feel like summer because there wasn't really that defined summer break that we normally have. And just kind of very busy on my end that I didn't really stop and enjoy it, and kind of took my vacation in the fall and September instead of normally taking it in the summer. So I didn't have that, and it just kind of felt like that now that all the leaves are starting to change and we've gotten this and into this, as October is about to happen, is really getting to me. But it just kind of snuck up on me. And I was just really reminded of God's goodness and His grace and who He is by the changing leaves. And it brought me to this passage in Romans chapter 1. Now, Romans is a book that can be very confusing, can be very, very heavy, very deep in a lot of it. But I'm just going to read the opening of a passage in the first chapter of Romans. This is Romans 1, starting in verse 18, and we're going to read a couple verses in. It says, "For God's wrath is revealed from heaven against all godlessness and unrighteousness of people who turn their unrighteousness and suppress the truth, since what can be known about God is evident among them, because God has shown it to them. For His invisible attributes, that is, His eternal power and divine nature, can be clearly seen since the creation of this world, being understood through what He has made. As a result, people are without excuse, for though they knew God, they did not glorify Him as God or show gratitude. Instead, their thinking became worthless and their senseless hearts were darkened. Claiming to be wise, they became fools and exchanged the glory of the immortal God for images resembling mortal man, birds, four-footed animals, and reptiles." That's where I'm going to stop today. And just kind of the idea that I want to pull out of this is that God gives us creation, gives us the beauty of this world to remind us of who He is, to show us those qualities about Him, those different qualities of who He is, that He is creative, that He loves us, that He doesn't change even though the world around us changes. That all of these different aspects are shown blatantly in creation. If you're looking at these changing leaves of fall, especially in the mountainous regions that we live in, that we get to call home, we get to see that so clearly. I'm looking on the other side of just seeing the reds and the oranges pop out in just this time of where there's still a lot of green, but those colors really get to pop. Of being able to see that and knowing deep down in our hearts that God made that God created these things for us, and for us to be able to have a relationship with Him. And if you remember at creation, at the beginning of the Bible, that those things were originally given to us so that we could have a relationship with Him and live side by side with Him and dwell with Him in those things. But because of our own sin and our own desire to become God, we put ourselves in that place and decided to sin against Him, causing that separation. And we're without, as this passage tells us, that when we see these things, we're reminded of that original plan, that we know deep down in our hearts that is what that plan was supposed to be. That we are supposed to enjoy this beautiful creation, enjoy the changing of the seasons, enjoy the winter that's coming up. It'll be here before you know it. All of those, and the summer, the warmness. This is kind of the last day of summer. In my opinion, tomorrow it's going to be super cold. I'm recording this on Monday. It's going to start getting cold and wet and all that different things. But deep down in our hearts, being able to see these different aspects of creation, all the different things of the world, reminds us and tells us deep down in our hearts that God is the creator, that God loves us and established the world to have order of the changing seasons. And we decided in our own hearts to disobey And there's people out there that still to this day believe that he does not care about us, that he does not exist. And they suppress those feelings, those thoughts down each and every day, even though these signs are blatantly plastered around us with the changing of the seasons, with the beauty that is in our world, because he is a wonderful, loving, compassionate God who gives us these different gifts. So as you're going through your day, as you enjoy the scenery around you, whether you're coming back or going to school or just spending time outside, stop and remember that God loves us, and that he has plans, and he puts these things and orders these things in our world to remind us day in, day out that he is there. And that in so much of people in our own hearts that we want to be God, and we want to say that he doesn't exist and that he doesn't apply to our day in, day out lives, but he does, even in these small and intricate ways that we don't even stop and realize sometimes. But that's what I got for us today. I hope you enjoy this warm weather while it lasts, and enjoy the fall and the crispness of fall as it continues to come our way. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you around.